Hey YouTube, I was wanting to show off three pretty cool large size notes. First one here is an 1869 legal tender. It's commonly known as one of the rainbow notes. The $1 1869 legal tender also has kind of this same setup with the ink and just the real pretty look of the paper. Now this one is a lower grade. It's a fine 15, and finding one of these things uncirculated, it's quite a task, first of all, but you're going to pay dearly for it. This particular note is the first issue of the $5 legal tender, commonly known as the Woodchopper series. So the Woodchoppers they did in 1869, 1875, 1878, 1880, and then 1907. And the 1907 is by far the most common. And if you look at the 07, which I should have had an example here for you to see, but if you look at the 1907, it's much like this without having the rainbow paper. The paper is more of a cream color. So these are really cool, iconic notes. Zoom in a little bit on it so you can see the vignette, the details. Now the star and the serial number, this is not a star note or anything. Many of the old notes, they did have the stars on. I'll flip this over. Really cool back, really fine writing on it. Next note is the 1874 $1 legal tender. This is the Allison Spinner signature combination, which a lot of these legal tenders, along with a lot of U.S. banknotes, some of the signature combinations, this is something I've never really talked about, some of the signature combinations are rare. I mean, it's about as easy as I can say it. You can have multiple series of notes from the same issued year, say 1874 in this case, and have a different signature combination, and it can affect the value of the note tremendously. In this particular series of 1874, the Allison and Spinner notes are the most common. This note right here, it's $350 roughly. So I like to look at auctions, not so much what the books say. Always remember that it's not really what the books say, it's what people are willing to pay for the note. That kind of is what the value is. Going back to the rainbow note, I didn't tell you really the value on that. This particular note would probably sell between $500 and $600. And honestly couldn't tell you what the book says on it. I figure it's probably around that. The last note is a real iconic piece of American history. This is your chief note, the 1899 $5 silver certificate. This is a Spillman White with a signature combination that is common, I guess. This note itself, it's kind of always one of the dreams of large size currency collectors is to get a really good example of the 1899 $5 silver cert. So all I could ever afford is probably going to be between the 20 and 30 range, and I'm right in the middle there. I would love to be able to upgrade to a 30, maybe a 35, depending on the price point. But I try to be realistic with things. Notice this is a mule, if you look up top there. Mule, that's talking about the back plates, front and back plate, and having certain combinations. This actually references the John Burke back plate, number 1861. Value of a note like this, the iconic nature of it seems to add value to it. Collectors like to they pay a premium for these. If this one I guess were to sell, it would probably sell, around the $900 to $1,000 range, somewhere through there. I've seen a 25 go for $1,100 before. But like I said earlier, it's all about what people would pay. These particular notes, they will never leave my collection outside of me selling them to upgrade. So I want to eventually try to have, a pretty decent example of all the affordable pieces of American currency. So basically all the ones, twos, fives, and tens. After that, some of the 20s and even some of the 10s become very, very expensive. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment. And I hope to have some more large size notes, maybe a few error notes, and heck, maybe even some more fancy serial number notes up before you know it. Thanks for watching.